Hey everybody, Pastor Davis here. This is the last devotional for our Easter week devotional series together. I hope that it's been a blessing to you this week. So something I was thinking about is I think it's really common for us when we come off of Good Friday like we just did last night. I think it's really common for us to feel at first some feelings of mourning or grief or loss because we see these passages that represent Christ's death for us. But we also feel these feelings of hope and joy because we know the resurrection happens tomorrow when we celebrate Easter Sunday tomorrow together. But something that I think we have to remember is the perspective of the disciples. See, not only was yesterday the worst Friday these disciples probably ever faced in their entire lives, but they had no idea, or they had not followed up with the idea that Jesus was going to raise from himself from the dead. See, Jesus had told them about this many occasions before, but they never understood or never believed him or never really understood what Jesus was getting at. So when it came to Saturday for them, they were sitting in the aftermath of this awful day where everything they thought was going to happen fell apart. In fact, we don't know much about Saturday for the disciples. In fact, really all we're told is one verse and really only half a verse, and that's found in Luke 23, verse 56b. And it says this: on the Sabbath day, on Saturday, they rested according to the commandment. See, we see here for the disciples that everything they've put their hope, their stock, their blood, sweat, and tears in has seemingly fallen apart in a moment. See, they had revolution in mind. They thought Jesus was going to overthrow all of these power structures and all these things, and it didn't happen. Those visions of revolution died with Jesus, and now they sit in silence. And I bet there was these questions swirling around their brains as I'm sure they were asking God plenty of questions too. Like, God, I thought this was your plan. I thought this is what you were doing. Where are you right now? And maybe you're out there listening right now and you've asked that question before of God. And maybe you're currently asking that question. Maybe you're walking through something and you're like, God, I thought you were in this. I thought this was your plan. I thought I was listening to you. Where are you at? See, what the disciples didn't know was that Sunday was coming. When what they didn't realize was that God wasn't going to stay dead, but he was going to be raised from the dead. The last note of the song hadn't been sung. Victory was still right around the corner. And maybe you feel like in a similar spot today. Maybe something's happened in your life and you feel like you are left in the midst of this shrapnel and rubble, asking God, where are you at right now? I want to encourage you with this, that if God can create hope and beauty and forgiveness and reconciliation out of the worst Friday that's ever been a Friday, with the resurrection of Jesus, out of the death of his own son, what can he do in people like you and me? See, what I can't promise you is that God is going to give you everything you wanted in your life or make all the stuff you wanted to happen in your life happen. But what I can say is God can redeem what you've gone through. God can redeem your situations. And it may not seem like it right now, but I want to tell you, Sunday's coming.